What's up, guys? I'm back. I'm doing the rest of the Razor stuff. I actually have my dirt bike apart right now because we're supposed to go camping this weekend. There's the Razor. It's obviously dark out because I'm doing this after work. So it's currently 7:10 p.m. So I'm gonna get working on it. I'm hoping to be able to do this in a couple of hours. So we'll see. But we're gonna attempt to, and I got a bunch of different parts here. These are like bezels, so I'm actually going to cut holes in the seats, and then these are going to clip together in between them. Because I took out the factory seat belts, these have a click sensor, so to bypass that, so the computer doesn't stay at 20 miles an hour or whatever it is, I needed these. So I got these. Here's some wire, because I also have a Lightbar, which I'll get you some glamour shots of that in a minute. Here are just some more connectors and stuff like that. Dome light switch, the light bar switch is already in it. But I'm going to get cranking without further ado and show you guys what I got going on. So, here we go. And we're back. It is day 2 of trying to get all this stuff done on the Razor. Last night it got late, my camera went dead, and I blew a fuse like a dummy on the Razor, and I'm like sitting there going, what did I do? Did I blow the light bar? No, I couldn't have done that. But what I did is I wired the light bar to the accessory. Well, you can't wire a 20 amp light bar to a 10 amp accessory, so if she finally just went. So I rehooked it up to the proper battery terminal for actual power that'll feed it and not blow, hopefully. And so I just got to fix that wire, and I was so tired last night that I just kind of went as long as I could. Let me get in the light. I went as long as I could, and then I stopped. But now we are setting up the seats. I'm going to cut a hole in the seat because I'm going to put the my harnesses. I bought Passthrough bezels to go through it. But first I got to cut a hole in the seat, so that's what I'm going to do right now. I already trial run one to make sure I could do it before I recorded it. So we're going to do it right now, and I'll show you. But let's get started. Are you? Alright, so as you can see, there's actually a template. You're supposed to line it up with this star centered. You can see how the dotted line continues with the actual shape of the Polaris logo in the back. So that's what we're aiming to do. And then what I'm doing is I'm actually putting a little carved line in around it. And then I made a ghetto, like, router with a screw gun with a good old D-walt. So what I'll do is I'll actually poke a hole, and then I'm just going to router it out with this. It's got a bezel to make it look nice. It wants you to use one of these to cut it. I don't want to do that. I'd rather just do this. The last one, you can see all the pellets. It came out clean enough that I liked it, and I'm cool with it, and that's what we're going to go with. But, you know, a couple of different ways you can do it. Yeah, so there's a couple different ways to do it. I'm going to do it my way. I think it works pretty good, and we'll get moving from here. Now here's the part I was more sketched about, is you got to cut through this front part. So I honestly just figured the best way to do it would be to cut out the back side and then actually pop holes in the front side, so I knew what I was aiming for the front. And then I'm just going to slice it down the middle, because this I know is kind of my parameter, and then I'll cut away enough to make it fit and click together is my main concern. The thingy on FaceTime was hiding it. I couldn't see it. And just like that, it's done. Boom. So I think it works out nice. Obviously, not the cleanest fit and finish before the bezel, but the bezel hides a lot, so it's all good. Once it's in the car, you'll never know the difference. And I think it looks pretty good, but I think it fit in there pretty nicely. pretty well squared up on everything, so all in all, I think it went really well. Now on to fixing wiring on this bad girl. I'm trying to record as much as possible. It's really difficult to record and to work on the garage. So every vlogging YouTuber that you see out there, all the big ones, all those guys, like, big props to them for doing it and sticking it out for years and years and years, because this is episode 2 for me. But if anything, I get to record the things that I'm doing on these cars and all these vehicles, and then I have something to look back on in fondness besides the vehicle itself. Hi, Allison. But with that being said, enough tangents, enough talking. We're going to get going on the next project. So that fuse I blew last night, or the reason the wiring stopped working yesterday on my accessory, is because of that bad boy right there. Oh, come on. Yep, see the left one? See how it's blown out? That's the new one on the right. A little bit different design, but bummer. Well, I'm going to make sure to take fuses with me always, and I'm actually going to wire it to the proper one so I don't blow it. Onward. Ta-da! Amber light is working off. I just gotta route the wiring. I'm gonna tuck the cable up under here. But it's all working. The only thing I changed from last time I was working on it is I just plugged it in here. So, but it's all good right now. The only problem is it's wired hot to the battery. So I'm gonna flip this over to the auxiliary. I don't know why the switch isn't working right. So the switch is always on, this light. I can't figure out why. I tried to wire it to not be, but... So with that being said, I can't have that because, man, that seems more yellow than orange, but whatever. But I can't have this always on. It's going to wear the battery down, so I got to make it auxiliary, which means it'll only be on with the key, but that's fine. So, but we're getting there. Ready? Yep. Those lights are at work. Obviously the whip lights work, but see those click on. I got to make it to where this one does that. And that's what I was trying to get this one to do, only when it was on, but for some reason this one's funky and it does it always. So, with that being said, I'm going to fix it. And keep moving on, but the car's ready to go now with that, so I got to do a lot of cleanup, and also that dirt bike over there is still apart, and we're supposed to leave Saturday morning for the weekend, so that's a problem. But we'll get it. We'll get it. We'll just keep moving along. Boom. Whips are routed. Lightbar is routed. The dome light is routed. Everything's good to go. There's still a lot of work I need to do on the wiring, I think. I'm actually going to maybe order like a switch panel for it and change out those rocker switches because I've heard they're real unreliable, and then the panel will have its own fuse for each individual thing, and that's the way to do it, really. But those are a couple $100, and that light bar was already $700, and the whips are $400. It adds up quickly. So, but it's looking real good. It's ready for this weekend, which obviously we're gonna get a bunch of footage from that. But super excited. Super excited. So I hope you guys liked it. I'm gonna call it quits. Ooh, those things are bright. I'm gonna call it quits on this. If you guys liked this, you want to see more of it, because that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. And top of the cars, I do a lot of off-road stuff. So if you like it, like, comment, subscribe. Stick around. I'm going to do a lot more of this. Obviously, this car's not going anywhere. I have my dirt bike. I'm supposed to get a new one someday. Maybe Gas, or maybe a Honda, or maybe a Yami. I don't know yet. But when that comes, there'll be footage of that. So if you guys are into that stuff, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.
There's a lot of colors, I don't know where to go. See a lot of colors, only feeling blue. There's a lot of colors lost within a haze. Don't rely on others to get you through the maze. The dreams are not the same for me. Standing by the shore while you're on the open sea, cannot take this anymore.